Hello, today is December 3rd, Wednesday, 2025. So before I get started, I want to remind anyone that's watching that these messages are not going to resonate with everyone, and that's okay. If they resonate with you and gives you clarity, great. If it does not, then don't force it to be your story. I'm in the process of taking off my nails, because I just need to let them breathe for a bit. Hold on. Okay, I just heard a blue jay, which is odd, only because it, like, there's a lot of snow outside. Anyways, so let me just, what was I saying? If it doesn't resonate with you, then don't force it to be your story, right? So yeah, let me go ahead and start pulling cards. I had one of the wildest dreams last night. Or this morning, I should say. Alright, I was going to start with that, but I think I'm going to start with Kipper first. And then I think I'll close it with that. Alright, I'm going to try and make this quick. All right. I don't know how to explain this. I'm getting the word baffled. Someone is baffled. There's like this energy of being baffled because something didn't follow through, right? The way it was supposed to follow through. This could be coming from that King of Cups in reverse yesterday, but we'll see. All right. Because I feel like they didn't so let's say someone was hoping, like they were for sure, like, yeah, this is gonna follow through, this is gonna whatever, right? They were predicting an outcome of some sorts, but I don't think that they realized that with adjudication in reverse, I don't think that they realized that, one, the outcome that they're expecting to happen is not gonna happen, and two, it's based off of a bad judgment call that they made. So whatever they were expecting, they're gonna have to keep on waiting because it's not gonna happen anytime soon or ever. Okay. We got expectation in reverse, and it's really because someone made a bad judgment call. So it's like making a bad bet. Someone made a bad bet, or they bet on you. That was like something that they should not have done, or betting against you was the wrong thing to do. So of course, if you are being bet against, right, collective, if someone is making a bet against you, against your future, against your success, against your potential, against your awareness, against your protection, whatever it is, that right there is just a bad bet. That was like, first of all, you have no business betting anything when it comes to collective, right? But I feel like there was a bad judgment call, a bad bet, a bad gamble, all right, that was made on your behalf. And now they're not, if they made a bet to win a certain amount of money, but they'd only win that money if if the odds were not in your favor, then they would get the money. But unfortunately, may the odds be ever in your favor, right? So they're not getting the money. They lost the bet, they lost the gamble, they lost the money. And And I feel like they're flabbergasted because they were not expecting that. They were for sure, like, I'm getting like an inside source. Like, they were told this was a for sure, like, they could for sure bet against you, or they could for sure gamble against you, or they could for sure, like, the odds were definitely not in your favor. Like, no, definitely. I feel like someone told them this was like a for sure thing. I keep getting like inside source or inside scoop. So it could have been like someone close to you, someone that was around you, someone that you knew. I don't feel like it's someone that like you know today. All right, it has to be someone from like your past that, oh yeah, I know the collective. This is, you can for sure, right? And maybe back then, right, they knew you, but betting on who you are today, I'm sorry, who told you could do that? All right, so yeah, they're flabbergasted because something is not. I thought you said, right? You said I could do this. You said I could bet against the collective. Now you're telling me I'm not getting my money. I'm not getting my payout. I'm not getting my cut. I'm not getting what I was promised. This is why we did all this, right? So it's their flabbers are gasted. Someone could have been gaslighted too, or they were trying to like. I've been getting the word gaslight a lot. So who's being gaslighted? I feel like you were being gaslighted to kind of like help something fall into place, and you're like, I know when I'm being gaslighted, you're definitely gaslighting me. So, and you're trying to do this to play something out in your favor. How about no? All right, so if somebody was trying to gaslight you, most likely that was to play something out, to have something go in their favor, to kind of like, to play a part of a narrative, right? But you had to be gaslighted. You had to be dumb. You had to be unaware. You had to be naive, right? But you caught on to that. So you were aware of the gaslighting, and you're like, God's telling me this is not right. So you're like unable to be gaslighted, essentially. All right. If I'm not mistaken, the origins of gaslighting actually comes from when gaslights were a big thing. And if I'm not mistaken, the story goes that there was a man and he would like mess with the lighting or something, and it was like driving his wife crazy, but he would be like, no. Right? Like, and he was like messing with her mind with the gaslights. All right. And even though like she knew, like, you're messing with me, I know you are. And he was like, even though he's like she knows it, she knew he was messing with her. He was like, no, it's all in your head. It's all in your mind. I'm not messing with you. And he's deliberately messing with her. It's something, I feel like that's the story. I have to look it up. Let me look it up, because now I feel like that ties into this. Okay, yeah. The term gaslighting originated from the 1938 play Gaslight by Patrick Hamilton, in which a husband attempts to drive his wife insane by subtly changing their environment, like dimming the gas-powered lights, and then denying that anything has changed. The play's impactful story led to 2 film adaptations. I just read that part. And the term became a psychological concept for a form of emotional abuse used to undermine a victim's sense of reality. So yeah, someone was really trying to undermine your sense of reality, and they thought that if only they could undermine your sense of reality, trying to make it seem like you weren't aware, you were naive. No, it's all in your head. They had to make sure that, oh, maybe it is all in my head. Maybe it is on me. They had to get you in that energy for whatever that they were planning, whatever they were hoping, whatever they bet against to work out in their favor. But because God was like, baby, you're being gaslit. Like, this is not, you're good. Your sense of reality is intact, right? So I feel like whoever was trying to gaslight you, it didn't work, because God's like, no, what you're seeing is actually what you're seeing. Don't let that man try to play with you. Don't let that woman try to play with you. All right. So that's that. All right. So yeah, something did not go in someone's favor, and it had to do because they depended on you being gaslit. And the thing is, if you have to gaslight somebody, if you have to do all of these runarounds, right, to mess with someone's mind, it's because you know you can't directly, you know, lie to them, or you can't directly mess with them. You have to, are you sure you heard that? Are you sure you seen that? Right? That's wicked. That's manipulation. I'm getting like a karmic Scorpio masculine. All right? Or someone who's really, really good at manipulating. I mean, I'm not doing my sign any justice because I'm a Scorpio, right? But it is what it is. I'm just telling you how it is. I got to be honest about it. Scorpios have a bad rep for being manipulators, but Scorpio in their North Node can use that for good. All right? You can use manipulations for good. You can. Like, you got to manipulate the soil in the dirt to clean it, to make way for the seed, right? That's a good form of manipulation. All right? That's just an example. But if this is not a karmic Scorpio masculine, this is just someone who like really thought their manipulation was a game. Like, they really thought they had something when it came to you. Come to find out, you're skilled in the art of gaslighting, right? Just as they thought they were skilled, you're like, I know what this is. So you could have been dealing with a narcissist, actually. The plot thickens, huh? All right. Let's see. Courtship in reverse. Interesting. So we're going to go back to what I said. This is not someone you know today. This is someone that you once knew, okay? You once knew this individual. You once knew this individual, and this individual knew someone that you knew. This is why they were so sure that this was possible for them to do. Oh yeah, I can definitely gaslight the collective. I can definitely manipulate the collective. For sure, for sure. And then someone that you also knew was like, okay, so yeah, this is going to work because there's this. I feel like you had two people around you. Someone that you were in a courtship with, and let's say the second person would be like a family member or like a friend, right? Someone, the play is about a husband that was gaslighting his wife, right? So this could be your husband or your ex-husband and like a friend of yours or like an ex-friend of yours or like a family member of yours. It's someone that it has to be, listen, I'm going to tell you this. It has to be that your spirit already felt like something was off about a particular person, okay? About a particular person that was close to you, right? This is someone that you already knew. You can't really tell them certain things. You can't really confide in them when it comes to certain things, right? This is already someone that you kept close, but your spirit was like, be mindful of this individual. This individual is not who you think they are to you. It's that individual and this it could be a husband because the play is about a husband. So this could be a husband, an ex-husband, a wife, and ex-wife, okay? It's those two individuals. That's who these people are, all right? But I feel like the main individual that was for sure that they would be able to gaslight you has to be a spouse of yours, like an ex-spouse, all right? And the inside source is someone that is close to you, someone you considered a friend of yours, all right? But was actually betraying you to this spouse of yours. All right, or this ex-spouse of yours. Take it how it resonates. Those are the two people, right? Those are the two people. And they're shocked because they really thought that this was possible. They could really do this to you, all right? I don't know what to say to them, but sucks to suck, right? On the bottom of the deck, it says Distant Horizons, reverse. So you're going to find something out very, very soon. Or you could have already, like, been getting some sort of inklings or intuitions or messages, something, all right? There's something that's going to be revealed to you very, very soon about this particular situation. I also feel like these people, they didn't want to, they're like in denial about something, but they can no longer be in denial because something is about to be shown to them about you very soon. It's like, I don't know, something about your success, your stature, your title, who you are. They're going to see something about you very, very soon, and it's going to be like, wow, we really effed up. We really made a bad judgment call. I feel like these two people have no choice but to separate their alliance, because their alliance was built on making a bad judgment. Well, first of all, they didn't know it was a bad judgment call, all right? But their alliance was built on expecting something based off of your downfall. But the reason why this alliance is now breaking is because they're realizing, oh, well, if we can't take down the collective, if we have no choice, if we don't have like no chance of taking out the collective, then what's the point of us being in an alliance together? Why are we, right? The whole point of this alliance was to take you down. If they can't take you down, what's the point of them being buddy right? So you know that saying, the enemy of my enemy is my friend? No, the enemy of your enemy is still your enemy. Okay, that is rare in certain situations, right? It's only if it's like the enemy of your enemy sees that your enemy is worse. It's something. It's. I'm not getting into that because that's not what this is about. All right, but So yeah. So the inside scoop is someone that you already had an inkling about. This is like a friend or family member that it had to. I'm telling you, it had to be somebody that you already deep in your spirit felt some type of way, but you just didn't want to. Oh no, they're my friend, Spirit. They're my friend, and Spirit's like, well, do you feel comfortable telling them this good news? And you're like, well, no, maybe I should not tell them, but you'll tell everybody else your good news, or you'll tell this person, but not this person, right? But you're still keeping this person like your friend, like, because you want to be them, you want to be their friend, or you want to be their neighbor, or whatever the case it is, right? But it's that person, and there was a reason why, okay? That person had created an alliance against you, and that person was the inside scoop. They swore, oh yeah, this is how you can do this to the collective. This is how you can gaslight the collective. This is how you can trick the collective, right? And for a lot of you, it's just like a female friend that befriended your narcissistic husband and they made a ploy plan to take you down, do some wicked shit, and oh my god, it didn't work. So where's our money? Are we gonna get paid? You said, all right? Or this is like your narcissistic ex-wife, and she befriended your homie, but your homie was always making comments like, oh, your wife's looking good today, and you're like, why would you comment on your best friend's wife like that? Like, right? That's because, you know. So yeah, so there could have been some sort of sexual relationship too between these two people. You know, I hate to say it, but if this is your ex-husband could have slept with your female friend, or if this is your ex-wife could have slept with your homeboy. So I hate to say it, but sometimes it'd be like that. Not always, all right? Not always. If you have a loving husband or a loving wife, then this obviously might not resonate with you, right? Be happy in your marriage. Love it, right? Good for you. I love that for you. But in this situation, this story, this is not what that is, all right? I feel like there was a female that felt some type of way because you were in a courtship, even if the courtship was with a narcissistic person. Even if your homeboy was like, oh wow, your wife's mad mean, but you're still married. At least you're married. At least you have a wife, right? Or this is like a female friend that's like, you're complaining to your friend, and she's like, well, at least you have a husband. At least you have a husband. At least you have a husband. Or at least you have a boyfriend. It's like that. But your person is still narcissistic and mean. And it's like, that's envy, right? They're not your friend. They're just jealous of what you have. Despite the fact that what you have isn't, you don't want this, right? But they're jealous of what you have, all right? That'll also give you an idea of who this individual, this inside scoop individual person was. And I'm saying was because I feel like neither of these people, you know them today. They don't know who you are today, okay? They knew who you were back then, all right? But even back then, this was still like, inoperable. This was impossible for like to follow through. All right, but anyway, so I do think that these people were sleeping together. I was gonna say something else, but it slipped. Anyways, I also feel like they weren't expecting you to break up with them. Like, this friend was not expecting you to break off the friendship. This ex of yours was not expecting you to break off the relationship, the marriage. They weren't, neither of them. And I think that's another thing that is, like, shocking to them. Because I think that because they thought they were doing a really good job gaslighting you, tricking you, making you, you know, have a, sorry, making you have a skewed sense of your reality, right? And it's like, no, they do love me, right? And they're doing all this wicked things, and it's like, but if they love me, why are they doing this? And these people are just like, well, we're here for you, we care for you, we love you. And you're like, oh, okay, but why do I feel this? That's what they wanted you. It's like a cycle keeping you trapped. But God's like, no, they don't love you, they don't like you, they're not your friend, they're not your lover, they're not this, they're not that. This is what's going on. You're not confused, you're not crazy, you see what you see, and I'm telling you right now, get out. All right, so I feel like they were not expecting for you to see through the illusions because they thought their manipulation and their gaslighting was a game. They thought they had it down packed. So come to find out, when you're like, okay, this friendship is done, this relationship is done, this job is done, it's all done. They were not expecting that, right? Because if you break it off with them, then how can they continue with their big plan to get a payout based off of your head, based off of your name, based off of your blood? How? You have to be in the circle. You have to be in the circle that they put you in, the little trap that they put you in. You have to be inside for this to work. But you're like, no, I'm good. I'm getting out. What do you mean you're getting out? I'm getting out. So they weren't expecting that. The whole point of this heavily relied on you staying put, on you staying locked, bound, put. Don't move. Don't get out. Just believe what we're telling you to believe, because we know what's best for you. We care for you. All right. We just want the best for you. But God's like, but I know what's best for you. I have the best for you. And it's not right here. So you got to get out physically. All right. So I can give you what you need spiritually. And you're like, that's enough for me. Right? Because I feel like what they were telling you, it was not aligning with how you were feeling. It's like, I'm going to use Taco Bell, right? Taco Bell, it looks good, right? But when you eat it, you feel sick. All right, it's like that. It was like whatever they were feeding you with, like their words or their actions or their intentions, it made you feel sick. Like it made you feel sad. It made you feel confused. It made you feel scared. It made you feel neglected. It made you feel all these negative things. Like it made you feel sick, maybe even depressed and anxious. And that's not what your soul, your spirit needs. Your spirit wasn't being fed the proper nutrition because these people were keeping you sick. And God's like, you stop eating this. Stop indulging these people. They're not feeding you what your spirit needs. Get out. Stop. Stop eating Taco Bell. Right? So you're like, okay. All right. That's what I'm saying. Like, it just didn't. A narcissist relies on an illusion. All right. But not only if you can see and feel and you can see outside of that illusion, what do they have? What do they have? All right? Listen, I don't know why I say this all the time, but I love meeting a good narcissist. I love it. It's like a delicious challenge for me. It's like, I know that sounds so crazy, but it's one of my favorite things, meeting a narcissist, because it's like, let me see your tricks, right? Let me see what you got up your sleeve, right? Show me something I haven't seen before. Amuse me. I know that sounds really crazy, and actually that might sound... Does that sound psychotic, actually? I don't know. I just love a good challenge, honestly. So... we got Lovers Reverse. Lovers Reverse. They came out. So we got Courtship Reverse and Lovers Reverse. So yeah. I don't know what's going on with these people. Main female reverse. I feel like this main female had a lot invested. I think she got herself a little too carried away. I think what started off as an alliance between these two people against you, I think she kind of... It's weird when you put it like this. So, a female around you that you once knew fell in love with your abuser. And surprise, surprise, she's not getting the guy, or he's not getting the girl. Listen, this is so twisted, man. I don't think, when it comes to these people, there's no love between these two people. I don't think these two people understand love. I don't think these people feel love. I don't think a narcissist is devoid of main emotional feelings, all right? And I feel like this feminine around you, she's very petty, very vengeful, very bitter, very jealous, very insecure. And I feel like because of all the feelings that she has against herself and how she views herself, I don't think she has room in her heart for love. All right. So that says a lot about her. Anyways, right? I feel like I'm missing something, though. So, not only do these people not expect you to leave them, but this person did not expect you to break up or divorce them. This main female in reverse, she's like nursing some sort of heartache or heartbreak. Plus she's dealing with all those negative feelings and emotions that's like aimed towards you. It's the same old, well, I'll team up with you to attack the collective and then we'll be together, right? No. He isn't. This is a narcissist. He doesn't care about you. He barely cares about the collective, right? He just wants to control the collective. You think he cares about you? No. There's something about you that he wants to control, right? It's crazy, but this feminine, she like gives up her free will, and it's like you have not a lick of fight in you. Just do what I say. Don't worry about the rest. Just do what I say, and that's it. And I think this main female in reverse, she kind of misunderstood her role in the situation, even though I think she just, I don't know, got overly attached, overly was indulgent, overly excited, overly gung-ho. All right, there could be a bit of a male-centeredness. I think this main female has a bit of male-centeredness in her. All right, because this could be like, at least you have a husband, at least you have a boyfriend, at least you have someone, despite the like, don't you see what he's doing to me? Don't you see what he's saying to me? Don't you? Well, at least you have someone, right? That's what I'm saying. Like, this is a woman that fell in love with your abuser. Like, male-centered women are wild. Like, they will throw you under the bus for a man. I used this in an example in a reading recently, where it was like a woman, right? You're her friend, whether you're masculine or feminine, doesn't matter, whatever. There's a woman, and you know her husband or her boyfriend or her partner, whatever, is like abusing her. And he's like physically putting hands on her, and you see that, so you step in to defend her, and you're going hand to hand with her boyfriend. She will hit you for hitting her man. And I'm like, well, he was just hitting you. What are you talking about? I'm defending you. Well, that's my man. You don't have to hit him. But he's beating you. What are you talking about? Well, don't worry about it. It's that kind of energy, which is very, very dangerous. All right? This is why I always say, you don't want male-centered women around you. They don't care about you. They want the man. Even though that man, at least you have a man, right? At least you have a man. Ma'am, that man is like a 2-time felon and is a stalker. What do you mean? Well, at least you have a man that cares about you enough to stalk you. Right? Is that. This is this kind of female. And she's literally watching this man try to gaslight you, try to do wild shit to you, and she fell in love with him, thinking that, well, if she doesn't appreciate you, I will. You can have him, right? I understand you. I'm here for you. You understand what? He doesn't even understand himself. Anyways, basically right now, what it seems like, there's no love on the board. This female doesn't love herself. She has no love coming in. This masculine is a narcissist, and he doesn't even love you, doesn't even love this feminine, doesn't even love himself. He just wants to control something. He just wants you to be in his circle, in his like little, you know, it's giving, let me feed off of you. And you're like, no. All right. I keep getting like something was making you sick. It had to be like the words that they were feeding you. Something. It was making you sick. And it's not food. It's something with like the words that they were saying. The words that are coming out of my mouth. The words that are coming out of their mouths. It was like they're saying one thing, but it's like hitting you spiritually. And it's like, dang, that does not... You ever have a conversation with someone, right? And they're saying something, but it's like you can hear something completely different and you can feel something completely different. It's because their intentions are hitting you. That you can feel, you can taste, you can hear their intentions. And if it's not good, it's going to make you feel sick. All right? These people were making you sick. You had a friend and an ex. Whether you're divine feminine, divine masculine, all right? A friend and an ex that was making you sick, right? It's kind of giving me to Connections Guide. Wow. Harness the power of networks. Cultivate meaningful relationships and strategize your path to success. These people did not mean well for you. You know, I have a perfect example. I'm not going to use that as an example, actually. But it would be like, all right, you go to your friend and be like, yeah, this is what's going on. And, oh my God, a perfect example. I'll give you honey. No, is it honey? No, it's enough. It's enough. Okay, so in the movie Enough, right, when her husband had beat her, right, she went to her mother-in-law, which is her husband's mother, and she was like, yeah, he beat me, blah, blah, blah. And the first thing that her mother-in-law said was, well, what did you do? What did you do to anger him? This would be like if you go to your friend and you're like, yeah, this is what's going on. And she's like, well, girl, just, you know, maybe he had a hard day. Or maybe, you know, maybe you took it the wrong way. Obviously, this woman is not on your side. All right? So if you're a masculine, you could be like, yeah, like she just does some crazy things and she does questionable things, and the things that she does, this friend will be like, well, maybe you misunderstood her. Whatever the case it is. 9 out of 10 times, that's because they're on your person's side. They're not your friend. They're not aligned to you. They're allianced to the person that you're complaining about. The person that you're like, you know. The wife, when she spoke to the mother-in-law, I think that right there told her, like, I can't talk to you about this because you're not on my side. You're always going to choose my husband. You're always going to choose my wife. All right? Anyways, we have Connections Guide. Harness the power of networks, cultivate meaningful relationships, and strategize your path to success. So I feel like what these people were feeding you was kind of giving you the illusion and trying to gaslight you. Like, this is the best. We care for you. We want the best for you. We know what's best for you. Our guidance, our teachings, our wisdom, our love. This is the best that you're gonna get. This is what you deserve. We got you. All right, but it's not making you feel good. It was making you sick. It didn't sit right within your heart, your mind, your spirit. It didn't feel good. But they needed you to not know that this is not where you belong. You don't belong here. And God was like, you don't belong with these people. You have better connections, better relationships. Look, you got all these happy people. Look, all these happy people waiting to support you, waiting to lift you up, waiting to applaud you, waiting to be like, you got a problem? Okay, let's figure out a solution. Let's figure this out together. We're going to help you. Do you need a helping hand? Do you need a shoulder to cry? You have a whole real support system. And I feel like a lot of you could already be in that new support system. All right? But this was like a false support system. These were false people. They didn't care about you. They just wanted you to be trapped in this circle, unaware that these people don't give a shit about you. They don't care about you. They don't love you. They don't like you. But you cannot know that. You can't know that. And the best way for you to not know that is if they gaslit you. Is if they confused you. That was a car alarm. All right? They didn't want you to know this. They don't want you to know this. But I feel like these are people that you don't know anymore. They don't know who you are today. As of December 3rd, Wednesday 2025. They don't know who you are today. All right. And I feel like they thought their A game when it comes to manipulation was A game. They thought it was so good. They never expected. No, they'll never leave us. They'll never go find their soul tribe. They'll never find the people that really love them, that really like them, that really support them, that really want to be around them, that really want to see them successful, that really want to see them in their own power. They never expected that from you. All right? So I feel like that's why they're so, like, flabbergasted and shocked. All right? Okay, let me get one more. Yeah. Strategize your path to success. It had to do, like, your downfall was like a money ticket or a money grab, or like your head on a platter, or your blood was like, they just had to prove that. You know what I'm also getting? Snow White. But oh no way! That is so cute. Hold on. That is too cute. Sorry. Oh, she's so tall. Okay, sorry, my phone's like super busy now. What time is it right now? Okay, so what I'm getting, what is that? Let me take it over that. Okay, anyways, so Snow White, but it was kind of like when the Wicked Witch, the evil queen, not Wicked Witch, and Snow White, it's evil queen. When the evil queen told the huntsman to, she was like, go kill Snow White, and when you do, prove to me that you've done so by putting her heart in this box, right? So I feel like someone like needed your blood or something. Your blood was required, or your unaliving was required, or something that had to do with like to prove. It had to do with I don't know which one it is. I feel like this feminine had to prove her worth to this masculine by like literally bringing your blood or dabbling in something that had to do with like your demise, like your actual demise, right? Like if you really want some of this money, or if you really want some of this success, or if you really want a place next to me, if you really want a seat at the table, this is what you got to do. And it has to do with, you know, your blood, right? Prove. But anyways, what the huntsman ended up doing is the huntsman he told Snow White to run, and he actually, I think it was like a deer's heart that he put in the box. All right. He put a deer heart, I think it was a deer heart. All right. So the whole point of gaslighting is to bring the person to insanity, right? Because when they're at that point, they're not credible. They're easily controlled, right? They're not going to listen to anything you say. You can't be trusted alone. You can't be trusted in society. You can't be trusted with money. You can't be trusted by yourself, right? Because you're deemed insane. You're crazy. You're like a cuckoo bird, right? You can't be trusted cooking. It's kind of given like, oh my gosh. I don't know if you've seen this movie, but it's not a movie. It's a show. And the show is on Peacock. It's a really good show. The show is called All Her Fault, right? All Her Fault. All Her Fault. And it's the husband. The husband was actually, spoiler, the source of all of it, right? Everything that happened inside that show, and you don't find out till the very, very end, right? Everything that happened inside that show, it started with the husband and it circled back to the husband, right? If you put everything in a circle, the starting point was the husband and the ending point of the circle was the husband, right? The husband was the biggest narcissist ever in that show. And this is giving me someone that needs people to rely on them. They need to feel that important. But because everyone's so sane and sound of mind and you're so independent, I don't need you. And you can't make it seem like I need you. I feel like this narcissist, whether this is a man or woman, needed society and you and everybody to think that you needed them. They try to make their role in your life bigger and more important than it actually was. And the more that they did that, the worse it got for them. This is someone that they blew up their role bigger than it had to be, bigger than necessary. It's because they're narcissists, right? I feel like that's what that is. This person was doing all of this gaslighting to bring you to insanity, to make it seem like you need them. And they wanted other people to be like, yeah, she needs me or he needs me. They cannot function without me. Trust me, I will handle the money, I will handle the clothes, I will handle the bills, I will handle this, I will handle that. If you need to talk to the collective, you can talk to me. I'll make sure they get the message. And 9 times out of 10, you're not going to get the message. Especially if it's something that if it threatens their position, right? You're not going to get the message, all right? So it's really that deep. Go watch that show. It's all her fault. I'm telling you, it starts with the husband and it ends with the husband. It's a circle round, right? It's a one big circle, and it starts with him and ends with him. And the things that he's done, it's like, wow, that's crazy, right? And eventually people start finding out about the things that he does, and who he really is really comes to light. And it's like, wow, that's actually really wicked. And it really comes down to he needed all of these people to need him. And the things that he would do to make sure that they would physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually need him was crazy. That's what this is giving me. This is either a female narcissist or a masculine narcissist. Go watch that show. It's on Peacock. It's all her fault. I think there's maybe 8 episodes only. There's only 1 season. That's it. Right? Some of the best shows only have 1 season and less than 12 episodes. It's so good though, but I was watching, I was like, dang, this is so familiar. And that's why. Alright, I'll get 1 more and then I move on to tarot. I'll get 4 in tarot and then I'll close the reading. My phone keeps lighting up. Unwavering faith. Oof. I feel like that's God. That's God right there. The Most High God. Saving grace on the bottom of the deck. Saving grace. Unwavering faith. Look. Unwavering faith. Saving grace. Yes. Stand firm in your beliefs. Your steadfast spirit guides you through uncertainty. Yes. That was spirit talking to you throughout this entire situation that you were in. Okay? God was like, this is what you're feeling. Okay? You're seeing something, but what you're feeling is the complete opposite. What you're feeling is true. All right. Don't let what you're feeling be askewed by what you're seeing. What you're seeing is meant to confuse you. What you're feeling is the truth. And I feel like you're like, okay. I'll listen. I feel like your faith in the Most High God to get you out of this, to keep you strong, to keep you steady, to keep you sane, was your saving grace. Your saving grace. Saving grace. Forgiving yourself and others heals the wound and sets you free. Yeah. I feel like you already healed from the situation. This was a big learning lesson for you. Okay? And I also feel like if you haven't exactly forgiven any of these people, you might want to start. All right? Because it's eventually, most likely, forgiving is really for you. Because I smell something sweet. I just smell something sweet. It's gone now. It filled my nostrils. That was like candy or something. Anyways, yeah, so you forgiving these people is really mostly for you, and the more you see something for what it is, see the situation for what it is, see these people for what it is. And forgive yourself too, because maybe you stayed in a situation for too long, or maybe you wanted to see the best in them and now you are shameful of yourself, or you're not too happy with yourself. That's okay. You're human. All right. Forgive yourself. Be kind to yourself, because that's what God would want you to do. All right. It's okay. You didn't know. Now you know, but don't be so hard on yourself. Okay. A lesson learned. Lesson learned. And these people may not deserve your forgiveness, right? These people probably don't care about that, but on your end, you forgive them, because you got blessings coming in, you got support coming in, you got a whole beautiful thing coming in. You could already be in the energy of forgiving these people. That's actually, I feel like forgiveness is actually kind of selfish, because I'm forgiving you so that way I can make room in my heart for me, right? So for whatever the Most High God has for me, I'm making room for the Most High God in my heart, right? So, yeah. Saving grace. Forgiving yourself and others. My phone keeps going off. Forgiving yourself and others heals the wound and sets you free. I love that. So yeah. Unwavering faith. Yeah, I feel like you're like, dang, why do I feel so sick after eating this, after hearing this, after seeing this? Something is not right. And you could have mentioned like, you could have said something or tried to speak up, and they don't want to hear it. No. It's not the Taco Bell. Keep eating Taco Bell. Taco Bell is not hurting you. But it's like every time I eat Taco Bell, my stomach is crazy. It's not good. And God's like, well, there's a reason why. All right? You know, if you really think about it, everything has a... I don't know if I should say it, though. I'm not going to say it. I feel like that would be like a dead giveaway. My nose is itching. So yeah, it's better to stay quiet on that. Strength, upright, next to unwavering faith. That's more light. Look at all the light that she's got her head surrounded in. Someone really, I'm telling you, the whole point of this was to bring you mentally to a point of insanity by gaslighting you like no one's business. But you were too strong for that. And I think that was where also they were unexpecting that. Like, what do you... I thought you said for sure. The person that's saying, I thought you said for sure we can gaslight her. That person is saying that to the inside scoop. The person that was like your friend or your homeboy. I thought you said for sure we can gaslight him. I thought you said for sure he would believe us. They're like flabbergasted. They're dumbfounded, because it's like, not only did none of this work, but you mean to tell me that they saw through this? They're not being gaslit? Alright? There's also energy of the 5th house. You're still being yourself. You're still enjoying life. You're still expressing yourself. You're still being who you are. You're still doing what you want to do. Right? A lot of you could be walking into new love in your life. Love as in romantic, or, you know, experiencing true love. Like love with your children. Love with your friends. Love with your community, kindred spirits, things like that. It's not, love is not just romantic. There's other forms of love, other kinds of love, and you're actually experiencing love, because what this was before was not love. This was control, manipulation, gaslighting, betrayal, narcissism. All right. So yeah. You got that strength out here. Your strength is eternal, by the way. It's never ending. It's not gonna go away. It's not gonna end. It's forever and ever and ever. Your strength, yes, it is. We got the 2 of Pentacles upright, reverse. The 2 of Pentacles reverse. It came out underneath the main female in reverse. This main female in reverse, I feel like her life sucks. I'll just keep it honest. Keep it very simple, straightforward. Her life sucks because she's now juggling with things that she cannot handle. She's dealing with a lot of chaos. Could be financial issues, things with her stability, things with her materials. It's just too much. Whoever this main female in reverse, not only does she not have love in her life, okay, but she's got too much on her plate. All right, she's got too much on her plate, and it's just that's how she is right now. Every day it's right. This main female in reverse that betrayed you. All right, this could either be your ex-wife, your ex-girlfriend, or your ex-friend, depending on who it is in the story for you. Not only do they not have love, okay, but the Two of Pentacles reverse, they can't handle the load that they're experiencing right now in their lives. They can't. All right, they're just too overwhelmed. There's too much. All right, there's no organization. There's no stability. There's no. All right, every day is just another unpredictable day that they cannot handle. And that sucks, right? And I'm not judging them, all right? I'm not judging them, but that's just a result of the role that they played when they played the role that they played, all right? I laugh at myself sometimes because sometimes the things that I say, it's just, after I say it, I was like, that sounded fun to say, right? So... The Ten of Swords reverse. Wow. I feel like whoever this main female in reverse, she wants nothing more than to like make things better. But it's like, you can't come back after you just did the most wicked shit to me. I forgive you for sure, but I feel like your forgiveness, collective, you can forgive this person all day, but your forgiveness does not grant this person mercy. And I think that's where people get confused because they'll do the worst to you. Okay, cool, I forgive you, right? Or no, okay, cool, you forgive me, right? You forgive me? And you're like, yeah, I forgive you. But their life still sucks. That's because their mercy is not your forgiveness. You forgiving them does not equal, okay, poof, now your life is magically better again. Poof, now your finances are good again. Now your sanity is good again. Now your stability is good again. Everything is perfectly fine in your life now. Poof. No, that's not how that works. Your forgiveness does not equal their mercy. And people be, I don't know why people think that those two things coincide together. You don't have control of anyone's life, luck, mercy. That's all the Most High God. Whatever they're going through will end when the Most High God deems, okay, you've paid your debt. You've dealt with your karma. You've been in prison long enough. You've been in jail long enough. You've done your time. Whether this is physical or spiritual jail, you've done your time. Just because I say I forgive you doesn't mean poof, your life is good. All right? But this person wants nothing more to just have that poof, right? They want so badly to like have things to heal, to have mercy. They want so badly for things to be better for them in their lives. That's not in your control. You don't have control of that. You don't have control of that. I've also been getting heavy Gemini energy. I feel like this person, this main female in reverse, she wants so badly to communicate with you because, like I said, she thinks that if she communicates with you, she's like, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. And then you'd be like, I forgive you. And she'd be like, okay, cool. Now, everything in my life is going to get better now, right? Any second now, right? Any day now, right? Things in my life are going to get better now, right? Cool. Okay, cool. But I feel like that's basically the only reason why this chick wants to, or this guy wants to like ask you for forgiveness or say sorry and blah, 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 right? Now, I'm not saying that wouldn't be nice to hear, but at the same time, if that's the only reason why, because you think it's going to make your life better, you don't need to come over here. Stay where you're at. Because, first of all, the Most High God made every heart individually. So, not only that, but God already knows what's the intentions inside of this person's heart. So, if that's the only reason why, you don't need to come over here. You don't need to come over here. Because you think that by saying that your life's going to get better, you're sadly mistaken. Your life will get better when the Most High God is like, okay, okay? So, no. I feel like this person wants nothing more than to talk to you, to have like a reconnection or a rebirth, or make things better. And that's not what forgiveness is for. That's not what apologies is for, right? Just so your life can, just so you can stop suffering, right? But you don't really care about mending the relationship. You just want to stop suffering. You just want your life to suck. You just want it to go back to how it was, right? Not because you actually feel ashamed and you feel regret and you feel like you really messed up. No. So that's why I feel like they're not able to communicate with you. That doesn't mean that they're not going to stop trying to communicate with you. I feel like still to this day, this person is trying to find a way to contact you, trying to find a way to communicate with you because they want nothing more. They feel like if they can communicate with you and just tell you how sorry they are, their life would immediately get better. And until they realize that your forgiveness does not equal their mercy, they have no business being around you because that's not what that's for. They don't truly want to reconcile things with you because they truly feel regret in their heart. They just want to make their life better. I forgive you, so hello, my life is good now, right? 55-55. This is the last one. These are wicked people. And then they wonder why they have no love in their lives. They don't have love for you, for themselves, for their fellow sentient human being. They don't care about that. And these are the same people that be like, well, if God exists, then why does, my life and, same shit, different day, and life is just this, and, it's like, look at your heart. Don't blame God. What are you doing? Right? Jesus Christ. We got the 10 of Wands upright. That's this ex of yours. Whether this is the ex-wife, ex-husband, ex-girlfriend, ex-wife. I feel like this is a spouse, an ex-spouse. Right? Because I keep getting that play, that gaslit light play. This is an ex-spouse of yours. Whatever's going on in their lives, there's something either about their lives or themselves that they truly despise. They hate something inside of them. I feel like there's something inside of them that they hate. Because they have to cover it up. They have to hide it. All right? And constantly doing that, it's like a secret identity. It's just too much for them. It's too much of a burden. And I feel like every day they're stressed out because any day now they're going to find out who I really am. Any day now they're going to find out what I really did. Any day now they're going to find out what I really do. Whoever this person is, this ex-spouse of yours, they got too much on their plate to even think about being next to you, being around you, forgiving you. The main female in reverse, she's her life is, but I will say that it's not as burdensome as this ex-spouse. It's not. This ex-spouse, I'm telling you, it's like they're in a hole within a hole within a hole within a hole within a hole. This could be debt, financial debt. They're just never ending. Like it seems like they're always in a financial debt hole. All right. I feel like there's something heavy. I mean, like heavy, like, like they got like 100 wet blankets on top of their back. There's something very heavy about this ex-spouse, all right? I'm going to leave it like that because that's not my burden to bear. Nor is it yours. All right? The last one on the bottom of the deck, we have the King of Cups upright. So I feel like a lot of you could be dealing with this King of Cups. This King of Cups could be this ex-spouse, all right? Or they want it to be this amazing, emotionally put together person, taking care of everyone, taking care of you. Yes, I got it. You got me. You can count on me, right? But I feel like by playing this role, it's gotten them burdened because that's not who they really are. And any day now, people are going to really find out you're not really this person that you claim to be, this King of Cups, right? And I feel like it's the King of Cups in reverse from yesterday's reading that really tried to betray you. And I'm also this is giving me the same energy from that husband in the show. I just said it. It's all her fault, right? And he kept blaming the women. He kept blaming. But I'm telling you, It started with this husband and it ended with this husband. And the things that this husband would do to make sure that he would seem like a great, helpful, caring, loving husband. And the wife was like, wait a minute, you mean to tell me this entire time I'm just now seeing you for who you really are? And you're this? It was like the biggest shocker she had. I'm telling you, like, she was like, oh my God, I gotta get out. And guess what happened? In the end, she got to a point where it was like, it's either me or you. And it wasn't her. This is a reading by